I'm delighted to be here today at sunny Plumpton for the Star Sports video blogs for the Cheltenham Festival 2013, and I'm very much in esteemed company. I'm joined by three men that need no introduction, but I'm going to do it anyway. To my left, we've got Claude Duval, the Punters Pall from The Sun, Tom Lee, Channel 4, the betting expert, and Bill Esdaile, the City AM racing editor. So thanks very much for joining me, gents, and let's just crack on. The highlight of the Wednesday afternoon is without doubt the RSA Chase, and the market's headed by Dynas, however you want to pronounce it, but whatever you pronounce it, this horse has been impeccable this season. Probably the most impressive horse for me in the National Hunt sphere. However, as a bookmaker, desperately keen to lay it with 9-4 top price at Star Sports for one reason only, and I think they're running it in the wrong race. If it was me, I'd be running it in the Jessup. Jumps well, travels well, but it's got a bit too much toe for this race for me, and I'm massively keen to lay it. Claude?
Well, I'm not surprised because the last 18 winners of the Cheltenham Chase have run in this race and they've all been turned over, so I'm not at all surprised. You've got history on your side. Only 3 of the last 13 favourites have won. David Pipe's been a bit playing his cards very close to his chest with this horse because he won't come out and say at this stage which race he's going in, but I would suggest that he probably will run in this race as opposed to the Jessup. Boston Bob, he's pretty short on what he's actually achieved, but he's only run, I think, 2 times over fences. That didn't stop Florida Pearl storming up the hill to win this very same race. There's plenty there that I like, but as I say, Dynast, I think he's going to be a very short price favourite, but I could quite see him taking the race by the storm and being a very, very impressive winner for the Pipe camp, who really are absolute wizards at turning out these festival winners.
Well, I agree with you. There's nothing to say this isn't going to go on and win well, but at the price it seems too short, and I think looking at this could be a good old-fashioned result for the bookmakers. Tom?
Yeah, it's very, very difficult, this, because visually it's been spectacular so far. I mean, you look back, Cheltenham in November, he hammered Fingal Bay, then he's gone on to Newbury, absolutely ran away with the Feltham. So on the strength of everything we've seen, it's remarkable actually. He only ever won twice over hurdles, albeit his last 3 runs were behind big bucks in various guises. Boston Bob, well, I'll be struggling to envisage him winning this. In both his chase starts today, as Claude mentioned, he's really only scrambled home, and almost it might be better for him to let things happen all a bit slower and go for the 4-miler and actually give him a bit of time to actually find his stride. Union East, well, has to step up given that he's rated 153, Dynas rated 161 going into this. On a line through Hadrian's Approach, this is a very, very big ask for the December Gold Cup winner. Getting £1, he beat Hadrian's Approach a short head last time out at Newbury. The same Hadrian's Approach, who at level weight was 9 lengths adrift of Dynast on Boxing Day at Kempton Park. So just all right, that's just one form line, and you can't read too much into that. Nonetheless, if you use that as a barometer of his chances, he's got it all to do. Rocky Creek, well, they're saying they might wait for Liverpool. Indeed, he didn't jump great, just jumping out to the left in the Reynoldstown. And then you look at some of these at bigger prices. I mean, certainly the likes of, for example, I think Bill's got one up his sleeve from Ireland. They've all got a little bit to find the ratings. So probably it's not a race that I've played in yet, nor will I be rushing to get involved. Most likely winner, Dynast.
Well, we haven't had a 20-1 winner yet, Bill, but apparently we're about to be given one.
We're about to have one. I mean, just to start on Dynast, David Pipe's sitting at home, and he's got the dilemma of whether he goes Jessup or whether he goes for the RSA Chase. They've also got Grand Cru sitting at home, which is a horse they took to this race last year and bottomed him, in essence. So they've got a decision of, if they think they've got a future Gold Cup winner in Dynast, do they actually risk him in this attritional race or give him a softer race in the Jessup? So that's the dilemma they have. I've kind of heard that David Pipe wants to go for the Jessup and his father's saying go for the RSA Chase. So I think weather will play the part. The RSA Chase is 3 miles, it's 110 yards.
Or the old man will just pull sway.
Yeah. Maybe tell him where to run it.
When you say weather, do you mean whether they've backed him for
exactly. But the key with the RSA Chase for me is it's 3 miles and 110 yards. Everyone forgets the 110 yards. And that's what separates the winners between the losers. Stamina's everything. Boston Bob, he stays all day. The issue with Boston Bob is he hits this flat spot, and he nearly lost in Ireland last time and then stayed on past others. There's 2 horses from Ireland that interest me. One is Lord Windermere, who's a 20 to 1 chance, trained by Jim Cotty, who's been running over 2 miles 5 in Ireland and keeps staying on at the death, doesn't have the pace to win over 2 miles 5, is screaming out for this trip, jumps well, makes the occasional mistake that they all do, but it jumps well and stays, and is just a kind of tough animal that can go very close in a race like this. So he would be my main selection. The other one at a much bigger price is Lyrene Legend, also trained in Ireland, trained by Desi Hughes, runs in the same races. It finishes a neck apart from these two. They're always in the same heap together. But he might go for the 4 miler. But those two represent fantastic each-way value. Arguably, for me, the best each-way bets of the entire festival in this race against a hot pot, because they will be staying on when others have cried enough.
Well, there you go. You've got a 33 to 1 and a 20 to 1 forecast.
That's your exacta.
You might as well just stay at home on the Thursday and Friday. But for me, I want to lay the favourite. I think it's the best horse in the race, but I think it's in the wrong race. And my selection for the Star Sports Super 8 competition would definitely be Boston Bob. Claude?
Yes, I think Boston Bob each way, but I could see that pipe horse coming up the hill on his own.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me either. Tom?
Very tentative. I'm sitting on the fence really, waiting to see who goes where, what turns up. So if you want me to nail my colours to the mast, just in terms of the visually spectacular performances to date, I will say most likely winner Dynast.
Lord Windermere for me.
Nap of the festival.
One of the naps of the festival.
Good
You'll have a
stuff.
few.
So in conclusion, the prices for the RSA Chase with us at Star Sports, we've got 9 to 4 favourite Dynast, Boston Bob in at 6 to 1, Union East is an 8 to 1 shot, and Rocky Creek is 12 to 1. And don't forget that Lord Windermere at 20 to 1.